Welcome back.
We're off to Petawawa now to celebrate Joanne Marsh's magical connection with animals, especially dogs. We're going to find out how these wonderful creatures inspire her life and her art. To see her in her Petawawa studio, her ease with pastels, the magic of her creations, you would not hesitate to say this is where Joanne Marsh is meant to be. After all, she's been drawing since she could hold a pencil on the family farm in Pembroke.
I'm told my mother said that when I was almost 4, we used to pack meat on the farm. They were in the kitchen and they had the old pink packing paper that they would wrap the meat with. And I ripped off a corner and took one of the big black markers that they were using at the time and drew my first drawing, a little cat. And it just went from there.
And yet, Joanne has always been a reluctant artist.
It doesn't do anything for me.
Drawing not because she loves it, but out of reverence for her creator.
For the longest time, I got frustrated with it, and I thought, why am I even drawing? If it's frustrating me, why am I drawing? But like I said, it's a God-given gift, and everybody always used to say, you know, you've got this gift, you got to use it.
For years she did, fashioning portraits for a long list of clients.
And that went on for quite some time, and then I just fell away from it. I didn't draw for the longest time until I met a very special dog in Aylmer.
His name was Jake, and in the eyes of a golden retriever, Joanne could see her future.
He just changed my life, really. I mean, being with him, it was like a spiritual and creative, eye-opening experience being with this dog. And I was sitting out in the sun brushing him one day, and I thought, I've got to start drawing again. I've got to draw this dog. And when I started there, it started again. It continued, and I never stopped drawing then.
Though Jake has since passed away, he reignited an artistic flame that continues to burn. When dog lovers hope to capture the spirit of their best friend, they turn to Joanne Marsh, an artist who understands that unspoken yet unmistakable connection between people and their pets.
90% of the portrait orders that I do get are people's pets. So I think it's, you know, a connection, a special connection that they have with their animals, the undivided attention, unconditional love. I love the expressions.
So lifelike are Joanne's renditions that even dogs have been known to comment on their portraits, like this one of a little girl with a Sheltie.
It really came out so detailed that when I delivered it to the customer, even the dog barked and was stunned when we revealed it out of the paper. It just, yeah, it backed up and then started barking, and I thought, wow, that's a great compliment if the dog is even having a reaction toward it.
The clients' reactions speak volumes too.
Crying. Lots of crying if the pet is lost or sick. Yeah, everybody's just been in awe when they see it. They gasp, or like I said, the tears start flowing. You're so funny. Hero.
Today, Joanne has a new hero in the animal kingdom.
He's such a good dog. He's good company. He's good company.
She and Hero make frequent trips to this familiar path in Petawawa. What does nature do for you, Joanne?
It's inspiring. Just simply inspiring.
Inspiration fueled by the undeniable presence of her creator. Joanne sees his artistry in the leaves, feels the power of his peaceful breath. Joanne believes her work is divinely guided. When she longs for direction, she finds tranquility beneath a canopy of color on the banks of the Ottawa River.
What do you love about this place?
The scenery. I used to walk here with my Jake that I lost. And that, I think, has a special meaning to me. Every time I come down here, I kind of feel his presence, and I feel God's presence in nature. And it's refreshing. It's like, release. It's so quiet and beautiful.
The beauty of the outdoors refuels her artistry indoors. Demand for Joanne's paintings is growing, and not because she decided to market her work.
I didn't decide. It just happened. If I did one, somebody else saw it and would phone and ask about it, and then I would do that one and send it out, and somebody else would see it. People would talk, and I'd get phone calls that way. I do, for the local animal shelter, I do donations for whenever they do fundraisers.
And while dogs are Joanne's most requested commissions by far, many recognize that her gift with a paintbrush or piece of charcoal is not limited to animal portraiture.
I was commissioned to do a tour print for the overseas tour that was coming back. They took a bunch of pictures out in the field and on the base and sent them back on a CD. And I created a large collage. And of course the ramp ceremony was the focal point of lives lost. The life of a soldier is, I have to admire them all for laying their life on the line and for knowing what they're getting into willingly. As I drew, I just shake my head sometimes and thought, how do they do it? My husband David, that's colored charcoal that I spent quite some time on when he was overseas. It helped me feel close to him, I think. I'm thankful that David is in my life. Good boy. Ready?
More frequently, photography is becoming a vehicle of Joanne's creative expression.
Good boy. Good boy. I don't really even consider myself a photographer. It's just something that I like to do. Go out and shoot a lot of different compositions. I've been told I have an eye for compositions, and I get a lot of compliments on my photos. I've recently started playing with some of them, turning them into black and white and adding a scripture piece at the bottom that sort of suits the composition, and I'm thinking of following through with maybe greeting cards.
One of her favorite photos, a lasting memory of her good old friend Jake. Shortly after his death, a broken-hearted Joanne went for a walk, asking God for a sign that her dog was at peace.
It was like somebody just lifted my head and turned it to the left, and that's what I saw in the snow. It was a great big paw print marked in the snow, and I just, of course, started bawling because I knew that this is my sign, this is my message that there is a heaven for pets.
The once reluctant artist is now completely at home with her craft and in her studio. And perhaps more fulfilling than the gift of her artwork to the world are the daily blessings in her life.
I have dogs that make me smile and are therapists for me in my life. I've got a wonderful home here now, and I've got my own little studio, my own little space to draw and create, and a husband who supports all that. It's who I was born to be, really. I mean, I finally, after many years, will say, yes, I am an artist, which I never could admit to before.